I almost forgot. Before we get started on this Q&A, I just want to let you guys know that I actually did start a new group on Facebook called The Fun Spot. If you guys have anything in particular outside of wrestling that you like to do, whether or not you want to have like a little video or actually do a video about something that you want to talk about, maybe a topical discussion about something in pop culture or whatever, something outside of wrestling, you can put it there. Or if you do have a wrestling page you want to put on there, you can put that there as well. It doesn't really matter to me, but I want to put it out there. I actually have a new Facebook group called The Fun Spot. My Q&As will be on there as well. If anyone else has a Q&A they want to stick on there or anything else new, preferably outside of wrestling, to put on there, you can. So let's get started on my Q&A. See you in a little bit. What's up, people? It's Teenage Girl 30 here, and this is my mini Q&A number 21. Yay! I can't believe I reached 21, guys. Thank you so much for sending me your questions, and if you have any other questions to send for me, please send it to my YouTube inbox. I froze there. Or also send it to me on Twitter at RKH30, hashtag NatureGirlQ&A. I will leave all the instructions at the credits so you can look at it later. But anyway, let's get started with this Q&A. My first set of questions come from Final Limits 1. Gosh, dude, you have been on every Q&A I've been on, but thank you so much for sending me your questions, man. Seriously, especially a fellow Final Fantasy VIII fan. I haven't played that game in a while, but it's nice to talk about it because it brings back memories. Your thoughts on Nintendo DS? I don't have one, so unfortunately I don't really have thoughts on it. Sorry. Anyone you hate and wish was dead? No. No way. I don't really go that far. Thoughts on Ezekiel Jackson and how would you feud him with Big E Langston? Honestly, that would really be a cool feud. I love Big Zeke. Big Zeke was great. He was great when he was a bodyguard. And he was even better when he was a part of the Corps. He was supposed to step off from being a part of the Corps, but unfortunately they kind of just had him fall short. But he's a great, he's a powerhouse. Like, we don't have a lot of powerhouse brawlers anymore. We only have a few of them. And and right now they're considered to be a dying breed. The only powerhouse brawler we have so far that's mainstream is Ryback. That's all we got. And I love Big E Langston because Big E Langston has potential. I just can't stand the unitard he's wearing. Good grief, why? Just pull it down or make it less aerodynamic in your crotch, please. It just looks so gay. No offense to anyone out there that is gay, but seriously, it's just disturbing. But anyway, I'm not going to get into his unitard. It's just disturbing to watch, but you obviously know. But it would really be nice to actually see a feud between those two because they both have the same strength, the same build. It will be a really great match. It'll be kind of hard to set up a feud between them. I mean, it would have to be something interesting, and they're kind of like on different wavelengths. But I know that's something they could probably put together and not screw up. Right. But anyway, moving on to your next question that you have for me. What happened to Mason Ryan? Dude, I have no idea. I miss Mason Ryan. He was supposed to be the next Batista, but I don't know why they cut him off. Like, before they got rid of AW, he was supposed to be a part of AW's client list. But unfortunately, he just got 86. I don't know what happened, but really, they need to bring back Mason Ryan. He had a lot of potential, a lot of it. What WWE stars should go to TNA, and what divas and former divas would you like to see in TNA? Good grief, I really don't see anybody making it to TNA. Not on the divas list. The reason why is because there's so much history behind a lot of the divas, like Tamina being the daughter of Jimmy Snuka, and Natalya being the daughter of the Anvil. That really won't work. There's far too much history with some of the divas for them to actually just pick up and go. And since most of them are like really wafy model divas, I don't know how they would make it with all these big buxom women that you see at TNA. I mean, even Gail Kim has kind of gotten a little bigger, but regardless, I don't see how the divas would make it because they're just too wafy. But the men, I don't know. I can't think of any that should go to TNA. I would love to see possibly Mason Ryan go, and he'll go as a heel. I would love for him to go if he's still there. That is. Um, Maybe Alex Riley. Nah, not Alex Riley. Honestly, I really can't see anybody that. I'll take that back. Zack Ryder should go and actually feud with Robbie E. Seriously, he should feud with Robbie E. That would be the funniest feud I've ever seen. But that would be interesting to see. What Final Fantasy 8 character would you compare to TNA and WWE wrestlers? I haven't played in so long. Oh man, it's making me bring my okay. Um, oh man, I can okay. Squall Lionheart. I can say he's probably Stone Cold Steve Austin because they're both anti-heroes. So I can't say that Squall Lionheart is the Final Fantasy version of Stone Cold Steve Austin. Renoa, maybe it's between a Maria or Melina. And the reason why I can say that is because she had a lot of fire in her. But she was also had a softer side like Maria. So she's kind of a half and half. Selfie, gosh, it's hard. Selfie, I can think of her as, I don't know. I can't say Miss Tessmacher. Maybe a Stacey Keyword? No. That's the thing. She's just no. What's her name? she was with Hurricane Helms, the sidekick. I can't. Molly Holly. That's it. She could probably be Molly Holly. I would say that. Seifer. Ooh. Randy Orton? Yeah. I could probably say Randy Orton. I can't really think of anybody from TNA that could be compared to them because let's face it, everyone from TNA now is from WWE, so it's kind of hard to compare. And for those that have been there for the longest, I can't think of anyone that could fit that character. But that is an awesome question, dude. You made my brain think. Thank you. You woke me up. My next set of questions from Largest 85. Thoughts on my mate Final Limits 1. He is awesome. Seriously, with a dude that comes up with a question like that, trying to pair Final Fantasy 8 with WWE or TNA, that's okay in my book. Thumbs up to Final Limits 1. Who would you date from YouTube? I will say I have a crush on one guy on YouTube, but I'm not going to out him like that or out myself. So I'm not gonna really fully answer that question. Okay, if your friend Tama Girl 101 got into a fight with some chick, would you help her in the fight or watch her beat up the chick or get beat up? Tama Girl 101, my homegirl Lily, she can handle herself. Like, she can handle her own in a fight. I really would be useless trying to help her out. The only thing I would do is if she went too far, I would have to pull her off a chick. Like, she's probably as tough as nails. And if it comes to any chick that gets in her way and try to fight her, she can handle her own. So me, if I try to get in her way, I'll get beat up. So I'll probably just watch from a distance until it gets too far, and then I would have to get in, try to pull back, and yeah, I'll probably get nailed in the head with an elbow, but still, you know, that's my homegirl. I would have to pull her off to keep her from hurting somebody. But moving on to the next one. Thoughts on me. One thing I can say is that, dude, you do give me really awesome questions and really funny questions at that. And honestly, you're cool in my book. Thoughts on Sorceress Eda from Final Fantasy VIII. She was pretty cool at first. At first, you know, you really thought that she was the ultimate villain, and she thought that she was the villainess of the entire series. But then later on, when she got, I guess when she was healed or whatever, she was pretty cool. I honestly thought that she was a great sorceress. Seriously, I really thought that she was, and she was an excellent villainess. Um, but then when she was healed, she was okay. But I really do like her as a villainess, especially when she stopped that bullet in midair. Like I thought that was sweet. Um, moving on from there. Do you think that Headmaster Sid looks like Robin Williams? Yes, he does. I thought I was the only one. Oh my gosh, yes, he does. He reminded me, gosh, what was that movie where he was getting too old and he was he really did look like Robin Williams to me. I don't know why. Um, ever watched Boy Meets World? Yes, oh my gosh, yes, I love that show. I watched it from when he was small, when Ben Savage was small, on up to when he married Topanga. I loved that series. I was addicted to it. I loved my TGIF, and that was one of the shows that I watched. Um, why is Amanda Bynes a bloody psycho? And what is wrong with her and why is she acting stupid? The one thing I can say is that when you're a celebrity, you have a breakdown, like any other person on the planet. When you're in the mainstream, you can't act like yourself. You have to find a way to keep your identity, and sometimes you do go a little bonkers. So I'm not going to say that she's crazy because just for the sake of her being crazy. I think it's just a fact because she's been in the limelight for so long, and even though she's so-called retired, she's still being monitored by the media, and that has to drive somebody nuts. So I'm not going to really call her a psycho for that. Do you think I'm fat and ugly? Dude, I haven't seen a picture of you, so I have no idea. But thank you so much for sending me your questions. My next set of questions come from WCW3, WCW3 count 123. Um, how come you haven't played any other whole old school Final Fantasy games? My PlayStation was destroyed a long time ago because my cousin thought that I told him he could play it, but he actually he hid away in my room, found it, stuck his game in it, and when he wanted to change it, he pulled out the wheel and destroyed my PlayStation 1. So yeah, that's the reason why I haven't really played any Final Fantasy games. And plus, I have an Xbox 360. I don't have a PlayStation anymore. And that's the reason why I haven't been able to play Final Fantasy games because it's actually a PlayStation exclusive. So that's pretty much the reason why I haven't played it. What did you think of Fujin, the girl with white hair, and Raijin, the guy, well, the guy that knows a lot, who was a part of Seaver's Posse? I liked them. I thought Fujin and Raijin were pretty cool, especially their powers. They were awesome. They were really hard to freaking beat. Have you ever beat Jumbo Qatar on Final Fantasy VIII, and did he join you as his G? That was hard to do. Oh my gosh, I tried to find every cheat code possible to beat that guy, or find a way for me to beat him without having to fight so long. My sister was the only person that was able to defeat him just like that. She is good when it comes to RPGs. I suck at it. It takes me forever to get all my GFs together. So I really was envious of her at that moment. A lot of people hate Final Fantasy VIII, saying it sucks. I don't know why. I thought it was epic. I thought it was awesome because I love Squall. I love Squall Lionheart. I love his character. Renoa was like, I loved her because she actually was the only person to soften him up. The other crew, I thought they were really great together. They had really great chemistry together. It was a really well told story with an excellent soundtrack. I don't know why people are hating on it. Everyone keeps saying Final Fantasy VII is the best. Final Fantasy VII rocks. It's so much better than Final Fantasy VIII. The thing is, I haven't played Final Fantasy VII, but I have seen clips of it, and I know people that played it, and it is a good game. But Final Fantasy VIII is a good game too. I don't know why they're hating on it. I really don't. But anyway, moving on from there. Let me see. Like I said, what do you think of the music? I loved it. Like, I love the whole freaking soundtrack. Um, if you ever could compare Squall's personality with any wrestler with any similar attitude or personality, as Squall, what would you compare him to? Honestly, I say that Squall Lionheart reminds me of Stone Cold Steve Austin because they're both anti-heroes. Starting off, Squall was a devil may care kind of guy. He really didn't care much about anybody or anything. He just went on his merry way and he had his own direction. But he started off at first as Stone Cold Steve Austin. I think because he is an anti-hero, he didn't really have he wasn't true justice in the American way. He wasn't a babyface. He was kind of like a borderline anti-hero. So that's why I call him Stone Cold Steve Austin. I think of him as Stone Cold. Zell, I say Zack Ryder. Straight up. I could compare Zell's personality to Zack Ryder. That, hands down, Zack Ryder. Like seriously, he's that goofy. Plus, Zell was right, but I can't. It's hard to say. He was really goofy like Zack Ryder, but then he was ready to fight all the time. So he's kind of like Sheamus. So he's a mix between Zack Ryder and Sheamus. That's how it is, in my opinion. Have you ever been frustrated playing any video games? Yes, all the freaking time. Literally, when it comes to, I love Bioshock. Yeah, for those that have seen my reviews or my videos, you know that I love Bioshock. And I have got so much frustration in me playing Bioshock Infinite and trying to beat the freaking game. It took me nearly 3 weeks to beat it. And it was annoying trying to beat the Zeppelins, like trying to destroy the Zeppelin fight. It was really, really annoying. But honestly, yeah, that was the first time I ever got frustrated and really wanted to break a controller. Why do you never swear on your videos? The reason why I don't is because I feel like, okay, don't get me wrong, I curse like a freaking sailor when it comes to sports. Like, I am no angel when it comes to like watching sports and sometimes wrestling matches or sometimes other things like that. Sometimes when I talk to my friends either from YouTube or off, they've heard me curse. But the thing is, it's like when people are watching you, I feel like if you have something important to say, you don't have to use profanity. And plus, you don't know who's watching you, and I don't want to encourage people to try to use profanity. That's something I'm trying to stop, especially when it comes to me getting pissed off about something. So yeah, that's the reason why I don't. Because if I have a point to get across, I feel like I don't have to. That's how I feel. I'm not hating on anybody that does, but that's how I feel. That's how I roll. Thoughts on atheists, and would you ever date one? It would be difficult for me because I love the Lord and I'm a Christian. But actually, no. I'll take that back. The thing is, it's not going to be difficult for me because no matter what his opinion is, I'm going to love God no matter what. That's not going to change how I feel about the Lord. And his views are going to still be his views. But if he decides to think otherwise and want to know more about God, then that's great. That's wonderful. But if he doesn't, I'm still not going to hate him or feel like, oh, you're a horrible person because you don't love the Lord. I'm not going to judge him for that. If he's good to me, and if he treats me like a woman, and if he treats me the way that any person will be treated with respect and love and dignity, then that's all I want. Even if he has his own personal religious views, I'm going to still love the Lord, period. So he can do whatever he wants, but I'm still going to go to church, learn about the Lord, and read the Word. So he's not going to stop me at all, period. But moving on from there, I'm going to go to my final set of questions, and this comes from Cancerous Mic Work. Thoughts on good mic work? I really don't know. I haven't really seen his videos. Thoughts on that little prick, the Lex Man? I keep getting people asking me these questions. I have no problems with the Lex Man. There's some views I don't agree with them on, especially when it comes to the Divas division. But he has his own right to say whatever he wants on his own videos, and I have respect for him for that. But there are some views that I don't agree with, but that's okay. It's the YWC. We're supposed to not agree all the time. So I got no issues. I got no qualms or beef with the Lex Man. Thoughts on YouTube? I think that YouTube really is a great social network for people to get their voices out there besides Twitter and Facebook. It actually puts a name with the face and the views with the name and the face. I love YouTube. If it wasn't for YouTube, I would not ever have a chance to get to know people I know now. I would have never met the British Fist, both Daniel and NJ. I would never had a chance to meet John, aka Vente Kid, or my homeboy Dustin or Dreamboy899, or ever heard of the Off the Rope show. The thing, and seriously, I love YouTube because I had a chance to get to know so many people that have the same views that I have. Because I felt like a complete freak for being so analytical about wrestling reviews. But then seeing that other people are doing it too makes me feel so much better and so less weird. So honestly, I love YouTube for that. Thoughts on myself. I'm a goofball. I'm probably the most giddy, happy person ever. There are times that I have moods and I have my ugly stages, but honestly, I love myself, and I'm not in a vain way. I mean, I honestly really do love how I am. Before, I used to really hate being me because I have so many differences. I have ADHD, and I've had it for years, and I've been kind of ridiculed for having it. But now I kind of feel that me having it is not so much of a hindrance, and I love myself for having it. I don't feel like it's so much of a problem than it ever has been. I love myself for me being who I am. And for me, having such an analytical brain, I love that. I love every part about me. And if for those people that make fun of me and don't, and make fun of me and say mean things about me, those are people that are just missing out. And plus, not only that, you make fun of things you don't understand. So if you want to understand me, all you gotta do is ask. I'm not gonna hate myself. I used to hate myself a long time ago, but now I love myself more than ever. And I'm a huge romantic at heart, and I thought that would be. I mean, when it comes to anybody that I date, I spoil them like crazy, which is something I'm definitely trying to work on. But honestly, I think that I am. I think that the Lord has definitely blessed me with a lot of things, and I love myself for it. But thank you so much for sending me these questions. As usual, you guys, you are going to be credited on the end credits of this Q&A. Thank you so much, and send me more questions. And thank you for making it a 10 question minimum, guys. This is Nate Girl 30 signing off. Peace out. Later.